intercept and destroy. Intercept and destroy. Intercept and destroy. Intercept and destroy.
Well, I got some parts for my TXT-2. As you can see, I haven't used it since the last videos I made over a year ago. I just haven't had the money. This truck was underperforming and I wasn't impressed anymore, so I needed some parts, I needed a new battery, needed a bunch of things, so I've spent some money finally. It's time to get it back on the road. You can see the dust on it. It's a little banged up, beat up. It don't matter. Anyways, I want to show off a few things. New front hubs. Mine on here, it works, but it's been glued and patched and fixed so many times. I found probably the last transmission gear set in the world. I don't even know, but it's been sitting at my local hobby shop for, the girl said at the till, at least 12 years. She said we haven't used this price tag in 12 years. So she was shocked to see it come to the counter. The parts guys hand it to me. I bring it to her. She's just shocked. It's the transmission gear set for, what the heck is it? Can't think of the freaking name now. Juggernaut. It's the same transmission in this truck. At least a few of the gears are the main drive gear that the motors match up to. New 4-link mount, they always snap right here. I hate having to replace all this for that one little thing breaking off. It's ridiculous, but I wish they would realize, the parts that people buy all the time and just make, one tree with 4 of these on it. So, that would be so smart. Need an adapter for my new battery, so I bought that. I could not find new drive pinion gears. I searched for a long time and I found a part number. And then when I was at the hobby shop, he said, well, I got something that'll work. He didn't have the 19 tooth, but he had these ones. They're 18 tooth. I told him I didn't want to go down in size because his truck's already got enough torque with 2 motors, but I did want something as a backup, so I bought them anyways. I don't think you'd notice much difference, 18 to 19 tooth, but maybe. But these are real nice. I thought I'd share them with you guys in case you're looking for a part number that works as well. And then these are the ones from Arma that I found that are 19 tooth. 08 mod 19 tooth. These are supposed to be 08 mod 18 tooth, so. But the ones from factory from Tamiya, they're like a pot metal or something, and the plastic actually wears them out. I'm worried about these and these, both being made of much harder metal. They're going to end up wearing the plastic gears out in the truck, which is really not good, because as I said, this is quite possibly the last set in existence. I really don't know. I could probably stick this on eBay and get whatever asking price I want. Anyways, I had to buy new batteries because I was sick of my old one. Still a leaf stuck in here. But yeah, as you can see, this thing's starting to get some puff to it. I'm pretty sure the voltage is down a little bit. But the other thing is it's a 25C battery. Well, that was fine when they had factory motors in it, but with these RC four-wheel drive motors I put in, they can handle 30 volts and who knows how much current. This battery could not keep up. Every time you hit the throttle, it would pull so much current, it would kick the speed control into like LiPo cutoff, because the voltage would drop so much. And your run was never much fun, you know what I mean? You just constantly driving around in limp mode, basically. So, I picked up these. I don't know anything about this company, if they're any good or not. You guys can tell me that. I have no clue. If you have experience with these, make a comment, let me know. But I went to my local hobby shop, I gave them a chance. I said, what's your 4S LiPo price, you know, a decent battery? And he pulled one out and showed me. It was only, what, 50 C rating or something like that. And he wanted $150. These were two for, what, $78 or something on Amazon. So I'm a little worried about that. Like, I don't know. I know nothing about this brand, like I said, so I imagine it's made in China, but aren't they all? So I don't know. But that makes this a quarter the price than the hobby shop, and it's a 120C, not 50. So I don't think there'll be any current problems with this. No voltage drop issues. But there may be a fire issue, I don't know. I hope not. Trucks that are made of plastic do not do good with fire. Well, that's a good sign. It actually fits in there. Awesome. Oh, that's not a good sign. The stop is in the way. It looks like it's only half in the way, so I might be able to like shave it down a little bit so it'll pop in there. Sand it on one side. Or I could drill 2 new holes here and just move it up a little. That's probably what I'll do. But I like the purple color. I don't know if that means anything. It's cool though. The funniest part was when I bought this, you look on the receipt from Amazon and the picture would be blocked out and it would say, what did it say? Blocked for your privacy or something like that. It was hilarious. It's like it thought this was some kind of sex toy or something because of maybe the purple color. I don't know. Or maybe just because of the price. I don't know. They didn't want to show what the item was. Had to click the link and go to Amazon to see what I ordered. Anyways. So I have a big job to do. I got to drop the transmission out of here. Put 2 new pinions. possibly probably put these new transmission gears in, because I imagine those old pinions tore the transmission up. I really don't know. If it looks okay, I'll leave it alone, but then I could change these other plastic parts. Yeah. But yeah, let me know what you think of this brand, if any of you have experience with it. Is there a reason it's a quarter the price of my hobby shop? Yeah, I did get two. The second one here. Yeah, just look at the size of the wires coming off of this versus the old speed control wires. It's insane. It's quite a difference. I bought a couple of these adapters to go between the truck and the battery so I don't got to chop anything. Not that I'm worried about that, it just felt like leaving it more stock. And they also come with these Velcro things to hold it in your truck, which is kind of nice. I didn't need to do that, but it did. Came with it. So, I didn't need two batteries, but for that price, I'll take two. I could sell one on Kijiji or something and get some of my money back, or maybe all of it. Still half, even though I charge all the money, it's still half the price as the hobby shop, so I don't see why somebody wouldn't buy it off me. But they may be a reason they come in a 2-pack, because one's going to catch fire, one's no good. They know that already. I don't know. Sell you one good one and one garbage one. Kind of likes to do that sometimes. Okay, time to take this thing apart. Well, those RC 4-wheel drive motors, they're just so cool. They're a great replacement for the factory ones. But like I said, the C rating on your battery better be high, because it did not work with my 25C battery. Oh, yeah. Trans gear looks just fine. These gears, see what I mean? That's why I wanted to replace them. See how thin the teeth are looking? They're actually like curled over, some of them. I think I remember, like, look at that. I remember when I put this together last time, I was like, oh, I don't know how long those are going to last. But they lasted. It's worked. So, we'll swap those out for these. Look how much more tooth is left on those compared to those. How much more bite that's got compared to these. These are just about ready to strip out and be gone forever. Destroy this gear. But now, this gear will probably wear this out. That may not be a good thing either. Look at all the metal filings in there. Probably should clean that up a little bit. precious glitter. So one thing I do like about this truck is how easy it is to get the engine, motors, and transmission out. These are so light duty, aluminum or something, pot metal. I don't know what they are, but they wear really fast. This stub on the back here is really short. That's why it's such a small screw on these. Look how long that one is compared. Shoot. I can't even grind that down. Ah, dude. These are the same. Not as bad though. Something I never thought would be an issue because I knew these spacers are in here for this. So, damn you, Tamiya. I don't know. If I put a spacer in here, then this all fills with dirt. It can get in there. Yeah, it really sucks. Put the gear on the other way. But it's still sticking out too far. I was thinking I could 3D print like a plastic piece to go in between here, but these motors will get hot enough to melt that plastic, I'm sure. It's not very high temperature stuff. Oh man, this is a bummer. Okay, so let's try these gears then. They're just a little bit shallower. Okay. That means more torque, which I don't really want. And less speed, which I kind of don't really want. It's a little better. It's still hanging off the end though, but there's a touch in the plastic in here, probably still. You'll see there's some plastic inside here. I could probably shave it off. Only on the one side. Probably on a different truck there was something that came through that. A shaft or something went in there, but not on this truck. It just touches it. Gotta find something to grind that little nub of plastic out of there. The blade won't. Yep. You could grind a little metal off of this, but you're gonna weaken that screw hole so much. Although I don't know how strong it really needs to be, but I guess that's how they got such a nice big screw on this one, which is awesome. This one looks like they went back to the small screw, although the hole looks huge. I don't know. Why does this one look like it's sticking out so much more than the other one? That's weird. Looking good. Like I said, it's a little bit off, but not a lot I can do about that. Is it binding? I don't know. Only water resistance, but if you haven't done this mod to your truck yet, you must just go and do it. This factory drive shafts in here, absolute crap. These Traxxas ones are like so much better. Can't remember what these are. I think they're the axle shafts for a Revo or Summit. I'd probably have some good music playing in the background normally, but I go to YouTube and their policies can't do that, so I play Monster Jam in the background. Hope you don't mind. It's crazy how much play there is in these trucks, man. It's nuts. So, don't need those gears. That's good. Good spares. I'm glad I got those. So, move on now to the next broken item. Broke that off last year, so moved it up to the next hole. See? Yes, that throws the front axle out of, not straight up and down anymore. Now it's pushed in a bit, but that's fine. It worked fine for a long time that way. You know it's going to break again as soon as I put it back here. Go through the hassle of changing all this, put it back, and it'll just snap again. I wish somebody made a metal reinforcement that went over this, had all these holes in it. So when you put that here, it's not just going to break it off right there like it does every time. Then it would have all this extra reinforcement. You could actually put another screw in here to tie it all together. Then when it took a hit, it would transfer that to all these screws to hold it instead of just nothing. There's nothing holding the end of this. It just breaks off. The other thing is these parts are probably getting hard to find, so I wouldn't mind 3D scanning this whole contraption. Unfortunately, it's all one piece, the shock mounts and everything, so it's too bad this isn't just some easily replaceable part. You gotta replace this whole side of the bumper. Just trying to get these screws out of this plastic that I've glued together. I know I'm not on camera. Just trying to work it. There we go. Got it. Garbage. I hate that these aren't reversible. Like, I wish they would work for either side, but they don't. And you always seem to break the same side. Because that's the one that takes all the tension from the servo and the other one wrenching on it. So it's always this one that snaps. I've got spares of the other one. Again, I wish they would realize which parts they break and just make mass quantities of them. Get a 2-pack of the right ones or whatever, you know? Make me a mold with 4 of them on it. So I could just buy one and have 4 fucking backups. Put 1 replacement on and have 3 spares. That would be ideal. Save the environment, the economy, and all that other crap. Because we keep having to buy parts we don't use to buy one part we do need. I hate that. And the other thing is, if these companies aren't gonna make their products anymore, then they should make the 3D files available so we can print them. I know they wouldn't be as strong, but out of some materials it might be. There's not much turning on this truck. Look at that. Lock to lock. That's why you need the rear steer for sure on this truck. You have to have it because it's such a huge turning radius. It's insane. That's why it breaks, because there's servo pushing this way, and then you hit something with this other wheel, and it wrenches it over, and it just snaps. Major weak spot right there. Does anybody know? Is there an aftermarket hub you can put here? Somebody make something? Imagine this is off the Clodbuster. Not 100% sure, but I think it is. Oh, that's loose right there. Ooh, that was ready to fall right out. Yeah, they're all loose. I don't think I have something small enough to jam in there. That one was loose, man. Holy. Okay, there go my wrench. Much better. What about these upper ones? Good. Helps to inspect things once in a while. See? You never use any of this, ever. You always have to buy all this just to get this one. I wish they would stop the waste. Realize that nobody breaks anything else. This part doesn't even belong to this truck. Neither does this one, I don't think. I got a million of these hubs because I keep breaking this, and I've never broken one of these. So, I mean, come on, Tamiya, change your ways. We could just make a tree with, 4 of these on it. Somebody should. Wish I had a 3D scanner. I would just scan this part right now, and then that'd be it. I'd just print more every time. There's another comment somebody can make. Let me know what you use to 3D scan things. I mean, I've heard you can do it with cameras. I don't know what programs people use. That's the thing. I refuse to pay for any program. So if it ain't free, then forget it. I don't have money for that. Yeah, my opinion, just a simple metal piece of like C-channel that goes right on there nice and snug with all the holes in it would totally probably fix this problem. Yeah, I wonder if you did some sort of mod where you put 2 balls on this side so you could somehow put both of these on the one side, if that would stop the breaking here. because then this would pull the shaft, push and pull the shaft to this side without putting all that pressure here. Twisting action. Well, I'm going to turn on my charger and start charging this battery up. All the cells are pretty balanced. That's good. I know I'm just going to be switching this back in a week. Or the first day, probably. This will break off and I'll have to put it right back where it was. I didn't like it where that is because it just throws everything off proper angle, but it seemed to work. It seemed to be stronger because it's surrounded by bolts there. Last time I was at the hobby shop, they had the Gravedigger blue body there. It's over $100, but wouldn't mind getting that. Oh, I got some screws to put in first here. 1 sec. So we'll do these first. But I don't know. I saw on Kijiji the other day, there's some guy selling a Proline, like Chevy pickup firefighter or something body for $40. I think I might go pick that up. I absolutely love the TXT-2 body, but I don't think they're going to be available anymore. There, 4 links fixed. Oh yeah. Well, I'm not sure what that means, but that battery only charged up 1300 milliamps. So either it was almost full already or it is not 5200. We'll see. Anyways, I got the battery in. I had to put some foam pieces in here to cushion it. Luckily, these straps came with the battery. So wrap right around there. It's nice and secure. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. Secured this down is temporary. I don't want it flopping around. Might find a better place for that at some point, but this should work. First turning on with the new battery. I don't even know if this is safe. That power. Got radio. Got no throttle. Why? Uh-oh. What does that mean? Speed control's blinking. Don't tell me it doesn't like this voltage. Well, I've been out here trying to record videos for you guys this year, but I haven't had much luck, I'll admit it. I just put new batteries in it. The motor ended up frying. I contacted RC 4-wheel drive and they replaced them, so that's nice. Both of them, even though only one burned out. So that was sweet. So big up to RC 4-wheel drive. I'm still waiting for those in the mail. In the meantime, I put in these Dynamite 20-turn motors. So now we're running on a Traxxas EVX2 speed control, two 2S LiPo batteries, making it a 4S. And we're feeding that to these two 20-turn Dynamite motors. And it rips. I'm really impressed. I've got about 3-4 runs on it now, and I'm worried for the health of my truck, but the motors have lasted. So far. I like trying to get it to do wheelies, but once it does a wheelie, it just slams on its side from the torque twist. I don't know, for two normally brushed motors, these are very impressive. I'm quite happy. So the RC 4-wheel drive motors are rated for 30 volts. These are rated for 20. But sure seem to rip. The main difference seems to be that these have a little fan built into them, so whenever they turn them, they try to cool themselves. Where the RC 4-wheel drive ones do not. That might be all the difference. Let's do some off-roading here. I love that, man. It's heavy enough to just knock everything down. So you break a wheel. Oh, don't get stuck. I'm not going in there after you. There's a big knob on that friggin' log there. That's fine. Things are way faster than it needs to be now. Oh. I tried to get on the brakes before that hit. It's way too fast for stones. Oh, thank you, Lord, for another beautiful day. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Didn't see that there. Should have known from previous years. I couldn't even see what it was doing anymore. It was just a blur. So I have bought a new body for this thing. Needs to be painted still. It is not the factory body. It's a 2014 Chevrolet crew cab, quad cab, whatever you want to call it. Silverado. From Proline. I found that on Kijiji, which is Canada's version of, I don't know, Marketplace or something. Got it for $25, so that was a heck of a deal. I'm not gonna find one of these bodies, so I'll go retire this one. It's cracked right in half almost. I love that it can do that now. The little blip of the throttle. But this truck is so hard to keep in a straight line. You don't need speed like that. It's so easy to brake if you clip the tires on anything. Oh. Well, just hit label cut off. So you got about, I don't know what that was, 5 to 10 minutes of full speed, and then it goes, what, 50% throttle for, yeah, I don't know, I get a good half an hour, what I call kid mode, which is still a lot of fun, but you're less likely to break it, so that's good. I mean, that's ripping for lipo cutoff mode. Still good. Probably get, like I said, half an hour of that. And then it'll just stop. You'll still have steering and every other function, just no throttle. Did some lawn mowing the other day. Gotta clean up the mess still. That was almost dangerous. It's the most gentle rollover ever. Yeah, I didn't have high hopes for these dynamites, but I was actually impressed. Quite impressed. Oh, that was bad. So I was higher up here and hit that brick a little too hard. Yeah. I want to hit it there, not down there. Remember being a kid and just running an RC in grass would be enough to frickin' make it stop or burn it out completely, destroy your motor. Still the same. They get hot, but nice to be able to have things that can last, handle a bit of abuse. So when I was running the single 3S battery, you'll see in my previous videos how slow it was in cutoff mode. This is actually kind of fun still. And these batteries I bought were the cheapest Amazon batteries. I think it was $35 or $30 for the pair. So they're rated for 5,000 milliamps, and I ran them till this truck stops and put them on the charger, and they're getting, I don't know, 4,600 of a charge or so into them. I would say they're not lying. Pretty close anyway. Yeah, I know there's some cheap brushless systems out there too. Probably could have gone with. Then I would have to do it completely differently. 2 ESCs, 2 4S batteries instead of 2 2S. Trying to keep costs down, you know what I'm saying? Still get the same results. Well, yeah, I bought some parts this year, completely discouraged when this motor got smoked. First I bought batteries, and my ESC couldn't handle, so I sent them back, bought new batteries. Took it out first day, finally, after waiting and waiting. My motor gets smoked. I order motors, wait and wait. By then my desire to film anymore was gone, but you guys need to see it. It's pretty good. It's not a bad setup. Well, I've got some parts for the nitro truck coming too. It should be here in 3 to 6 weeks. Coming in snail mail from China, so we'll see how long that takes, but it should make my nitro truck a remote start, which I've wanted for the last 30 years or so. When I bought my Spectrum pistol grip radio, I bought it because it had that button on there that could remote start vehicles, and I knew there was the one low C, what was it, 10T, that had the remote start. But by the time I could afford the parts, they already discontinued the truck and we couldn't get the parts, and blah blah blah. I hoped to someday find them used, but I never could. That was that. And one day I was looking on Amazon for starters just recently, and I see this brand I'd never heard of before. It's got one with a pretty sweet little brushless setup from a drone. It replaces your radio battery and everything. Runs your glow plug. It should work perfectly. It says it's for a 0.28, 0.22 motor, which is what I've got. 0.22 axial. The measurement shows it might run into the back of the motor, might bump into the throttle servo, the bracket for it. So I might have to shave like a millimeter or two off of that, which shouldn't be a big deal. It's a pretty tiny motor. It shouldn't take much to shave some room for it. I can't wait to put that on there and give it a try. Looks like some pretty sweet gear. Oh. Well, that's a nice place to be stuck. Well, let me back up. Come on. Oh. There we go. Nice fish. Yeah, probably not digging that tree out. Why does the front end look like it's shoved way over one way? Oh yeah. Oh, that's not good. Oh, just pulled the screw out of the mount. Okay. I broke it off. Great. There you go. Broken four-leg. do.
Intercept and destroy. Intercept and destroy.